Titanfall is a cult classic franchise. I don't think there's any arguing about that. Every time a 3 is seen anywhere near the Titanfall franchise, people immediately freak out and articles are written, the game is blown up again, everybody's buzzing about it, but for some reason or another, Respawn just won't make Titanfall 3. And now the future of the Titanfall franchise is looking kind of grim. And if you don't know what I'm talking about the new Battle Pass changes coming to Apex Legends. I think this is a pretty foreboding sign for Titanfall in general, but even for Apex, this is terrible. This is a terrible change for the gaming industry. I wanted to share my thoughts on how this possibly might affect Titanfall, what could come out of this, if there's a bright side, or if this is just all negative Nancy here, and if this could mean the downfall of the Titanfall franchise in general. So if you haven't seen it, Apex Legends unveiled the new Battle Pass system. Pretty much every season there would be a new Battle Pass for Apex Legends. Now they're changing it to every split, which is about a month and a half. There will be a new Battle Pass, and it's pretty much just one Battle Pass cut in half. It's 60 levels. You're getting the same amount of Apex coins. You're getting double the crafting medals. You're getting double the exotic shards. You're getting 3 extra Apex packs, and you're getting 3 legend thematic packs. But you're also getting 2 legendary character skins. So that means instead of for one season getting 2 legendary skins from the Battle Pass, you're getting 4 legendary skins. People are saying this is going to help cut down on filler content in the Battle Pass. I mean, I personally disagree. A lot of these skins don't ever look good. There's a few rare good Battle Pass skins, but a lot of the times they're misses. But the big change is, aside from it being every split, you don't have to spend real money on the game. Before, you could spend 950 Apex coins and buy the Battle Pass. Now you have to spend $10. You can't use Apex coins. So that means for a $10 Battle Pass, 120 levels as it was before, you now have to spend $10 for a 60 level Battle Pass or $20 for 120 levels of the Battle Pass. Again, like I said, people are saying it's cutting down on filler content, but in my opinion, it's just a way to maximize profits. Even the community notes on their announcement of this Battle Pass change is calling them out. It's hilarious. While Respawn claims this change is made through community feedback, it is obvious that this change is only profitable for EA shareholders. Consumers are forced to spend IRL currency instead of in-game Apex coins. You know, and you might say, okay, you don't have to spend Apex coins, but you're still spending $10. A lot of people have Apex coins lying around, so either way, more people are spending more money. Even if you only want split 1 of the Battle Pass, you still have to spend $10. It's ridiculous in my opinion. And the other thing is, sure, technically you're spending $20, you're getting both Battle Passes, right? And you're getting 2,600 Apex coins a season instead of 1,300. But now Apex coins have completely lost their value. Sure, you can buy the occasional shop skin, but most of the time people don't like what's in the shop. You're not buying skins every day like you would in maybe Fortnite, for example. You would probably save your coins for an event, but maybe you're a Ballistic or Fuse main, and Ballistic and Fuse aren't getting any good legendary skins for like 3 seasons, and all of a sudden you've got like 3,500 Apex coins lying around you don't know what to do with because their value is just down the drain, and you're still spending $20 a season just to get the Battle Pass. It's a terrible system, and like the community note said, this is just to increase profit margins, which is really terrible. Apex has been going on 22 seasons, which is quite a lot, and of course this is already facing a ton of backlash. It's incredibly stupid. Another one of my main concerns is that if Apex Legends is doing this, other games might adopt a similar style where you can't use in-game currency to buy the new Battle Pass. And then they're going to get lazy, split the Battle Pass in half, and then sell it for $10 more. I mean, think about it like this. Most Battle Royales did not have respawning until Apex Legends came along. That's kind of how the Battle Royale gaming ecosystem is nowadays. They see some game do something really well, and other games like Fortnite are going to copy it. Fortnite, I don't think will copy the Battle Pass, but I wouldn't be surprised if some game like Call of Duty does. After Apex Legends released and got really popular, everybody wanted to be a movement shooter, and we still see that trend to this day. Everybody's like, hey, look at the new movement in this new game. You know, this game's a COD killer. In reality, they're just playing a boiled down Titanfall. So how does this relate to Titanfall? Well, first of all, Apex Legends is probably not making the money that they need to if they're doing something as desperate as this. There's no way in a million years they ever thought this was a good idea to release and they wouldn't get a ton of backlash. Maybe they're getting more than they're expecting. They're trying to make more money out of Apex because maybe it's falling behind. Compared to other EA franchises, Apex Legends isn't making the most. Of course, their sports games are probably making a lot more than Apex. Not to say that Apex isn't profitable in one of their bigger games, this still seems like kind of a desperate move. Then we take a look at their player charts. A 240,000 24-hour peak isn't terrible, but for Apex, or relatively speaking, it's not fantastic. For most of the day, today they probably average around 60,000 to 80,000 players, which is not good at all for Apex, which usually stays above 100,000 even on off-peak hours. And if we looked at their charts, they aren't really going positive. The overall trend is that they're losing players. Sure, in February and January, they gained a little bit of players. February, they gained 27%. January, they gained 1.19% players. And then in August, they gained 13% more players. But again, every other month is going down. The overall trend is just less and less players. Considering back in the heyday of Apex, the average was about 200,000 players. To drop to an average player count of 130,000 in the past 30 days is not great. Even the peak players in the past 30 days have not been good. June, the peak player count was 326,000 players, and that was probably for an event. In May, it was 425,000 players, and it was rare to see it drop below 400,000. That's 100,000 peak players lost. Overall, this chart hasn't been looking good for a while now, and the players are just going down and down and down. And of course, with these new Battle Pass changes, people are kind of sick of the greed of EA. Apex does like to shake up its content, but not enough. If you look at Season 4 to like 12, back in the heyday, in my opinion, of Apex Legends, it was a lot better. Everything looks just so much nicer. The gameplay looks cleaner. Now, if you look at Season, 22, 21, and disclaimer, I haven't played Apex in a few months. I deleted it a while ago. Even then, I wasn't playing it regularly. But I used to be a peak master. I was still trash, but whatever. But you look at the game now, there's so much visual clutter, it just doesn't look fun. The game got so competitive, but has such a toxic community where everybody thinks they're the next Imperial Hal or whatever. Point being, the game hasn't been fun, it hasn't shaken up any content, and people are getting sick of their antics, sick of their greed, and sick of the Apex Legends game in general. People want a new Titanfall, they want Respawn to focus on a new game, but Respawn doesn't want to seem to let go of Apex Legends. Respawn even went through a whole cancellation wave of a bunch of their games, saying they're going to focus on their own original IPs. Everybody's like, hey, make Titanfall 3, and they still won't make the game. However, they are making another Titanfall game. This is supposed to be a spin-off similar to Apex Legends, except it's actually going to have Titans in this game. It's not going to be Titanfall 3, or at least when it was leaked, it wasn't Titanfall 3. I think there's a chance that it could evolve into Titanfall 3, especially when they're in a desperate state. But the game involved Titans. It was either single player or multiplayer, probably multiplayer because Respawn prefers to do multiplayer games. It wasn't both, it was one or the other, meaning it probably wasn't Titanfall 3, but there is a lot of potential on what it could be. However, with these Battle Pass changes, these are just not boding well. Are they going to monetize the hell out of Titanfall 3 or the next Titanfall game? Me personally, I don't mind Battle Passes. I think if your game is free to play, great way to monetize the game. I think even in paid games, it's not terrible. As long as you can use in-game currency and it stays the same price and you're not splitting up in half like Apex Legends. As long as the Battle Pass is playable at a casual level and earnable for free after you buy one, I think that's a great way to monetize your game rather than paying for paid DLC maps like they did back in the day. That's what killed Titanfall 1, and that's one of the reasons Titanfall 2 is so great. The content was free, but the cosmetics were paid. And Apex Legends did a decent job for a little bit of the battle passes. But if this is what we can see in the next Titanfall game, I can't predict it lasting too long. Nobody wants an over-monetized Titanfall that's just a shadow of what it used to be and an obvious cash grab. People want the real deal. But if they're in such a desperate state to do this with a battle pass, then if this fails, if Apex Legends doesn't work out, are they ready to leave the Titanfall franchise behind? I mean, think about it. Titanfall 1 actually sold pretty decently well. It was an Xbox exclusive and it didn't have a long lifespan, but they're like, hey, we've got something here. Let's make Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 was critically praised. It was a great game. We all agree on that. I mean, that's why you're here. But it didn't meet expectations. It was a failure. And they're like, hey, let's make Titanfall 3, I guess. I don't know what else to make. We have something good. Let's keep trying, working on that universe. So they do that, and they're like, well, I don't know if Titanfall 3 is really it. I don't know if that's our next big game. Our heart's not in it. Let's make a Battle Royale instead. So they make Apex. Apex comes in my opinion, saves the Titanfall universe. It explodes. It does really well. It's very profitable. It's a saving grace of the Titanfall franchise. Titanfall 1 and 2 don't sell well, though. Apex Legends starts to decline. They're like, all right, if Apex Legends, our big cash cow, it doesn't succeed, let's just leave this universe behind. Let's go make another Star Wars game or something like that. Now, that's me being really negative. And, I know a lot of you that have watched me for a bit, that watch all my content. I'm like a we're so back, so positive guy about Titanfall 3. So I don't want to be all negative here because I still think Respawn can cook. And I'm just trying to kind of play devil's advocate here on why this is so bad. But I think the fate of the Titanfall universe, if Apex doesn't work out, if they don't revert this Battle Pass system, I think it all rests on this new Titanfall game. I think this Titanfall spinoff, whatever the hell it is, I think that is really make or break for the Apex universe, for the Titanfall universe. If that game fails, and so does Apex, what's the point of making a Titanfall 3? Or, they could make this Titanfall spinoff game. Maybe it does okay, like Apex Legends is a free-to-play game. Apex Legends kind of wanes out, although we're supposed to have like 5 more years of Apex content. They wanted to last at least 10 years, which is insane. But maybe this Titanfall game, it actually does pretty well. Maybe it's got more of a niche community similar to Hunt Showdown or other games like that. But overall, with a smaller team, it's actually viable and profitable for that smaller team to keep it up. Like, hey, Apex Legends, that's kind of waning off. This Titanfall game over here, still doing okay. Smaller community, but we're still doing great. So they decide, let's make Titanfall 3. Let's end the Titanfall universe. Or we put Titanfall 3 out and we just put Titanfall universe on the back burner for a few years. We support Titanfall 3. We make it playable in the long run, but we're going to focus on bigger projects, we're going to focus on other universes. Or, you know, they could go the complete opposite direction where they just refuse to give up on the Titanfall franchise. I mean, despite the greediness that we see here in this battle pass, Respawn has always kind of struck me as a passionate developer team. And you know, I could be completely wrong, but Titanfall 1, like I said, wasn't a huge success. It did good, but it wasn't great. Titanfall 2 also wasn't a huge success, but critically praised. But that didn't stop them. They didn't give up on Titanfall because that's where their heart is. They have a lot of interest and love in that universe. So maybe just the love of the game, the love of the universe, what they want to do with it keeps them going. Really, at the end of the day, I think we have to see how this battle pass system plays out. If it goes through, I think they're going to lose money. People are going to boycott that. I think people are actually going to take this boycott seriously because it's stupid. Nobody in their right mind is going to buy that. This new Titanfall game comes out. I think we have to see how that does. We have to kind of relax, play it. You know, if it's good, if it interests you, play it. If there's a cool Titan skin, or maybe there's a normal battle pass, you know, like an Apex Legends type battle pass, where you get a bunch of Titan skins and like pilot skins and stuff, I'll buy that. You know, support it if you want to. Just got to see how that plays out. If it's not over monetized, free to play maybe, or even paid but not over monetized, and we just kind of see how it works out. And then I think that really dictates the future of the Titanfall franchise. I just think that the future of the Titanfall universe is in a very weird spot. In my opinion, I'm a little bit on the fence, and I think it is really hard to be on the fence here. You can either be hardcore, like the Titanfall franchise, it's dead, Apex killed it, or you can be, you know, hey, Apex is doing its own thing, let Apex do its own thing. Let's just see where Titanfall goes. Maybe one day we'll get a Titanfall 3. You can either be really optimistic or, you know, super nihilistic. I don't think there's much of an in-between. I kind of flip-flop, but for the most part, I'm kind of thinking that we'll let them cook with a smaller team in this new Titanfall game. Let Apex do its own thing, you know, whatever. Who the hell cares about Apex if we're getting another Titanfall game? Like, they can do their own thing. And we just see what happens. I think really it's just a waiting game to really see where this goes and what happens with Titanfall 3. And if you like this video, you should definitely subscribe for more. I usually don't do ranty type videos like this. I just wanted to put a video out because I've been on a break for 2 weeks. So, you know, been out of town, moving a bunch of stuff. Then I went on vacation. It was a lot. So I wanted to put out a video while I work on a bigger video. This bigger video is really fun. I like to do weekly Titanfall videos usually. But this bigger videos, it's really going to flip how you see Titanfall on its head in a good way. It's a story video. You know, it's going to be really fun, and it's based on some comment suggestions. So I hope you guys like that, and you should definitely stay tuned, subscribe for that, maybe put the bell notification on. And if you like me, then you should definitely come to my streams. I try and stream every day, every weekday at 3 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to put a link in the description, or I think I can put one up here in the information cards. I don't know. But I'll also put my Discord down there so you get updates on all my videos and all my live streams. And I want you guys to let me know in the comments what you think of the Titanfall franchise. Where do you land on that seesaw that I'm talking about? You know, are you optimistic or are you done? Have you given up? You know, you're just gonna take what we got. You're gonna pretend Apex Legends doesn't exist, and you're just gonna appreciate what we did have back in the day. You know. So let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, leave a like. Thank you for watching to the end. I hope it wasn't too ranty. Appreciate it. Peace out, guys.